Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
So this is a review of War Chest, which is a two-player game, war in teams with four players. It's a head-to-head game where you're trying to capture objectives and be the first team or player to do that. So hopefully you've had a chance to check out our playthrough and how to play. So let me give you some context here of how the game works. So it is a coin drafting game. So you can see we just finished the game. Julie beat me. You're going to have an army of 4 units, and there will be coins that you can draft, recruit, and you're going to have 2 of each coin in the bag. And when a unit is destroyed, it's taken out of the game. So you can see here, I'm getting things ready here, the setup. So I'll have 2 of my cavalry in the bag, 2 lancers, 2 light cavalry, 2 scouts, and Julie would have 2 of each of her units. And we have what are called our royal coin, which you can just use to recruit more stuff. And then, even though it's not the proper counter mix in my bag right now, I'll draw 3 coins. You'll flip this coin to see who has initiative. I'll draw my 3. Julie will draw her 3. She won't know which 3 I have. And I can, so here's my royal coin right here. I can place them face up to move that unit that's already on the board. So I can move my cavalry based on the directions here that it says. So some units have special actions and they can, move one space or attack adjacent or shoot over if you have the archer, for instance. So if I play it face up, I can activate that unit to move or attack or to take control. So from right here, I can take control of this space, so Julie loses control, and we have 6 control markers. You start out with 2, so Julie took that one from me. It used to be mine. And when you recruit them on your control zones, and you can only have 1 of each unit on the board unless you were like Julie and you have the foot, then you can have 2 of those units on the board. And so really, you just keep on playing until one side gets, there are 6 control markers, and where was this one here?
I don't remember.
I think it was over here that you had that one, yeah.
I think so, I don't know.
So it's really simple. You place your coins face down to recruit more, and then your opponent doesn't know what you've held back, so to speak, or you place them face up to move that unit. And so like a card drafting, the more of that unit you have in your bag, the more likely you will be able to activate it or to replace losses. Because when something is attacked, it's removed and it doesn't come back into the game. So you can, I could have all 5 of my light cavalry. That's this number right here. I can have all 5 in my bag, but if I start taking losses, now I only have 3 in my bag because Julie's taken out 2 of them. So the game is very quick. And if you're playing a 4-player game, you're going to have 8 control markers, and each side will have different units. And usually, what you do is you draft. You deal out 4 random, or you can draft them and create your army. So it's a head-to-head. The first to get to place their control markers wins. So if you've seen our reviews before, Julie gives her your thoughts first, and then I give mine. Now keep in mind, Julie is not the audience for this. She's not really good at head-to-head tactical games. It's usually things I would play with my sons, and Julie would be on a team and have help. But if you watch the playthrough, she actually won because I created an army for her that she would...
I was very successful.
Very successful, and I created an army that was kind of limited in its choices. Mm-hmm. So you have to see that if you want to see how Julie was able to beat me. All right, so let's take a look.
It was a miracle.
Yeah. So here we go.
All right. I think this is like a different take on a chess-like playing game. I don't play chess, but I've seen it, and I know you have to move the little people around different ways to knock off other people, and so to me it seemed like that kind of thing. The components are, these little guys are pretty heavy. These little tokens or whatever you call them.
Yeah, nice.
They're nice and, they're heavy. You can definitely feel them when you're grabbing them out of your bag.
And the bag is nice.
That you've got a lot. And the bag is very nice. I like the bags a lot.
And the board is nice, thick board. Mm-hmm. And the cards, they do have they do have their foil stamped. If you can see right here in the, see right there, that's called foil stamping. Now there is a name that they call it, but it allows for more wear on the card. See right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. All right,
Okay.
going back to your reasons.
All right. There's a definite take that. And even though I won, I wasn't trying to be a take that kind of person. I wasn't trying to be mean. I just honestly wasn't really quite sure what the heck I was doing. So it wasn't really that much of a take that on my part of doing that to David. It was more of like, oh, okay, I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. So it wasn't mean.
Because I was giving you options. You
Yeah,
might
he
want
was
to do
helping
this,
me.
you might want to do that.
Right. Whereas someone who is real skilled at these, it would be much more competitive for him, and it probably would be a take that kind of thing.
Well, you're right that it's a take that game, and the fact that it's player versus player. The object is to destroy the other player. It's not. No, that's fine. But the point is, that's why it's a negative for you, because you're not really into those types of games.
Yeah, I don't like those kind of games.
Yeah.
And I found it frustrating to play. Again, like David said, I'm not the audience for this game at all. And this was the second time I played it. And I still do not change my thoughts on it. It's still very frustrating, very stressful for me, because I don't want to look silly on camera, and I want to try my best. But I don't know. I think someone who is really into these kind of things will love it, but someone like me who would much rather play like Azul or Whirling Witchcraft.
Any of these three games back here you'd rather play. You like the more of the family.
I do. I like the family type of stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm not knocking the game at all. Personally, for me, I'm not the.
Yeah, you're not the audience, and that's okay.
Yeah, it is.
But it's good for people to know that you're going to want to play somebody that's more, and because it is a coin drafting, card drafting, like Magic the Gathering. You wouldn't play that.
Nope.
Deck versus deck.
Nope.
No. All right, so
I did try that, and I didn't like it either.
Well, it's not your type of game. No. That's okay. All right, so let me take a look at.
Luckily, there's a lot more to choose from. So.
All right, so yeah, definitely remember, we come up with our reasons separately. Julie doesn't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what she's going to say. We both agree on quality of components. They really knocked it out of the park with this one. Simple rules with depth. So like chess, simple rules, and people can get scholarships. There's some states that they actually fund scholarships to play chess.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So that's because there's a lot of depth, and they've done computer programs to try to beat human players.
I've seen people play like really fast on that chess stuff, and I think it's just incredible to watch. Blows my mind.
And so that's what Julie was talking about, that it reminds her of chess, because it is an abstract strategy theme of medieval combat. And then that's the tense decisions, because you have to decide, as I was explaining, am I going to recruit a piece? And then if I do that, I'm not moving that piece if it's on the board. How many pieces do I want to have in my bag? Am I going to move and attack it, which means if I get too close, I might expose myself for it to be removed, and now I don't have that piece in my bag. So yeah, there's some very tense decision making. And that's a good thing. The board lacks theme. It's a neutral for me. I mean, look, it's got some cool icons here, right?
Yeah.
The board's kind of boring.
Yeah.
They could have did some terrain on here.
That
I
would've
mean,
been
even War of
neat.
the Roses, which is a game you will play.
Not War of the Roses. Rose King.
Yeah, Rose King. You will play Rose King. That has a little bit more interesting board. It's
Yeah,
not that
I will
great.
play that, and I do okay.
Right. Well, look, games like Blockus don't have a theme either.
True.
Okay.
True.
It is what it is. It's a neutral for me. It's not a killer.
No.
But maybe some more thought could have been put into that. Maybe not. Maybe they tried and it was
Well, because they're
confusing.
maybe trying to make it look like a chest. you know, like like when you see pirates and they get those chests and it's a real
Yeah,
symbol.
I know it's
Maybe
trying to look like
supposed
war
to be
chest.
like that. Well, that's why it's called war
I
chest.
understand that. But the pieces have icons. Can the board also have a little bit more? It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a neutral. It doesn't mean I don't like the game because of that. So more experienced players will dominate. So now the adjustment that I did is that I gave Julie a better army. And she had an army that was hard for me to attack. So if you watch the playthrough, her knights, I need to have bolstered units. That means I need to recruit that unit on the board, and then add another one until it's a 2 hit point unit to attack her knights. In addition, her pikemen, if I attack a pikeman, I lose that unit. If I attack with 2, I lose one. I basically lose a hit point, and it's out forever. So I needed to have archers or crossbowmen, and I didn't take that on purpose. So that was one way to adjust. You give the other person a better army. So, warning, it's to take that player versus player. So we said the same thing. If that's not your type of game, then this is not a game for you. If you don't like playing chess, if you don't like playing Magic the Gathering, games like that, then you're probably not going to like this. And that's
Probably
okay.
Not. Yeah, there's so many other games out there to choose from that it's okay.
Right, so let's see our BGG rating.
Okay.
So let's take a look here. So I said, okay, I'll play if in the mood.
Mm-hmm. And I said mediocre, I'll take it or leave it. And no offense, but I'd probably leave it. I would never suggest, hey, let's play war chest, because, again, it's just not my kind of game. I'm happy I played it again, and I did give it a chance, and it's still not my kind of game.
Right, and that's right, you're not the audience. For me, the reason why it's not higher, the game is solid. I don't have anybody to play it with, okay? And so, for me, I would have to, when somebody comes over, or I'd have to take it somewhere and say, hey, let's play war chess. But then I'd be leaving Julie out. So I'm not going to take it.
That's okay.
Right.
I could sit there and be on your team and tell you what to do.
Right, but then there's games with more theme, like miniature games like Conan, Star Wars miniatures. If I want to play a head-to-head, take that, tactical game where you're moving pieces. I play something with more theme in it, like I said, like Conan or Star Wars miniatures, or Mythic Battles Pantheon. I'll play a game like that. But what those games don't have, that this game has, this is a quick setup, and it is quick to play. And there is enough depth there to keep you interested.
Sure.
Again, I just don't have someone to play with. So if the boys were here, and I know my son David doesn't like playing these games.
But our son Eddie does.
Eddie would. He would do it. But it could be a situation, though, that if I dominate too much,
they won't play.
I would have to adjust the army. And so then they'd be like, I don't want to play because you beat me all the time.
And it's happened numerous times. They'll be like, Dad, we just can't play with you. You beat us every time, and it's too frustrating. Yeah. And we love you, but no, we're not got to pick another game.
So, game's solid. Just know if this, I could see some people rating it 8, 9, or 10 because they're really into these types of games.
Sure.
And they have someone to play it with that they can be competitive with.
Yep.
So again, it's not a knock. Solid game design, solid pieces. You just got to find
the right person to play with.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so that is our review of War Chest. And there is an expansion to it, by the way. They do add more variety of pieces, which I'm sure you'd be looking forward to playing if you ever.
No, not going to happen.
If they had a cooperative version of this,
that might be okay.
Maybe they could come out with that, and I know you would play that.
I would play cooperative.
If we had some
love
kind
cooperative.
of zombie horde or something like that, or some kind of orc army, and it generates randomly, and we got to go fight it, and we got to defeat it in so many turns.
Yeah.
Maybe they could design something like I know you would play that.
Yeah, I really like cooperative games.
Yeah.
And I would play something like that. But
right.
I appreciate they want to do, what did you call it? Expansion?
Oh, expansion?
Expansion.
Yeah, if they had an expansion like that.
If it didn't have all that stuff in it, I'm sorry, AEG. I love you guys, but I wouldn't play it.
Right. Well, maybe they'll come on the expansion. We
Maybe
can play
they will.
cooperatively.
Yeah.
And then we would play it more often. Because
Yes.
then we could play together and we'd be helping each other.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
All right. Well, so thanks for watching. Please check out the How to Play and Playthrough.
We'll see you guys next time.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.